Hello everyone, it's Hazy. Welcome to my channel. Today I have another episode of the CRYBABY Whims challenge. We are still in the generation of the Dollhouse and things are finally getting interesting. I do want to put a disclaimer out. None of my series are 18 and under appropriate. It's all 18 and above. And it's not rated E for everyone. Also, I would like to say that I am pre-recording one episode of each series as I'm going to be out of town until the 22nd and I will not be near my setup. So I will not be able to record aside from those 3 videos. But then when I come back, I will be back to filming. So I just wanted to get into that now. So here we have Belle right after she got out of the hospital. And it looks like Jace is grilling and working on his school things, which he definitely needs to refine and organize because he wants to be a veterinarian, even though he is currently in medical school. And we have the twins that we just had her give birth to in the last episode, which are Cammie and Landon, who looks like he has some kind of illness. Okay, he's pretty tan. All right. Well, anyways, so I'm sure they're going to want time to be new parents. So we are going to go and check in on Marigold because she is our main household for this challenge. So popping into our main household, it looks like Marigold is just checking her notebook. I have my medieval mods in because I plan on playing that next, so we might see some quirky little overlays here and there. But yeah, it looks like she's just having, a good day at home, probably doing her chores and taking care of her dog, Lily. My child said I should have named the dog Peaches, and I realized, yep, that was a good idea. Okay, so this is an overlay, guys. I'm going to need you guys to ignore that. That has to do with the medieval override. So just ignore that. Let's pretend it's like the cracks of their perfect house, like revealing like the broken structure. Let's just like layer it into the story because you guys know that we are telling a pretty elaborate story at this time. And MCC is a little annoyed that I have like 3 different mod folders in at the same time. So let's just hope that I don't regret it later. Yeah, more medieval overlay. So yeah, I'm gonna have her clean up, talk to her mom, spend time with her mom, all the usual things, because it's finally time to start really telling Marigold's main story. We told her backstory. We explained why she's in the position she's in. We did tell a big chunk of her sister's story so we could figure out why her sister would marry her ex-boyfriend. As we do know, that is a part of the challenge for the Dollhouse Gen. Just so I can show you guys, here is the Dollhouse Gen. It says yellow and white. Everyone thinks we're perfect. Please don't let them look through the curtains. It says we grew up in a picture perfect white fence home, perfect parents, perfect siblings, perfect grades. Nothing was out of place, or was it? Your memory is a little bit jaded. So you guys know I played with that line very, very intensely. It says you were taught that fathers build homes and mothers maintain it. But how was dad making all that money again? You guys know. You fell in love in high school with a perfect person, or you thought they were perfect until you saw them kissing your sibling, and only a few years later they got married. We already did that. You weren't even invited to the wedding. We already did that. This is not how it was supposed to be. What went wrong? You promised to keep your mother's beliefs. You marry young at 18. She's getting married this weekend. You took care of your spouse and your home, but your ex is always hanging around your sibling's house. That's because they're married. And you guys may accidentally hook up. They're going to have to hook up, and they're going to have a child. And then we have to answer these questions for ourselves. Are we going to co-parent? Are we going to still see our ex? What about our partner? Will they catch us cheating? Will we tell them the truth or continue to live a lie? Those are all questions we're going to answer ourselves through this generation. Our main objectives are have a high school sweetheart that you start off with bad terms. We do have our high school sweetheart, Jace. We are on bad terms right now romantically. We're about to have a caring spouse that we're madly in love with. Our husband is meant to be the perfect partner. So that is going to be Nico. He is the perfect romantic partner for her. We already have our house on the beach. It is a beach house, but it does have a white picket fence. We're going to slowly be rebuilding our relationship with Jace, which you've already started on. This is going to happen probably a few months into her marriage. I'm not sure. And then, we're going to have to raise a child under a roof, have 3 more children with our spouse, disperse. I'm not sure if this means that like our first child has to be, I think reading into the next generation, our first child does have to be our ex's child. So we cannot have any children with Nico until afterwards. Then we have to divorce Nico when we become an adult and take all the children. Stop being a stay-at-home parent and join the political career, which is why I've laid the foundation that she is interested in journalism and politics. And apparently she likes jokes. So that is where we are when it comes to building her backstory. We're about to get her married to her perfect man. And yeah, she's going to cheat on her husband because that's the flawed character that we're playing. So I think you guys can understand. I've played it where her mind has been manipulated with shifters because her dad is a doctor who experiments with brain altering chemical medications. And Lily warms my heart. I'm going to have them go on an adventure together. And their mother has a mysterious past that she wanted to forget. So she chose to kind of create this perfect fairy tale life with her husband, who was her doctor at the time. So she's kind of his original doll, as this is the dollhouse. So it's not perfect. As you can see, we're having some issues with our foundation. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to me chit chat. I like to talk. And we're going to do some basic gameplay. It is Tuesday, and I'm hoping just to have a normal week with her in the school. I really love this dollhouse. I love that I chose Tartosa, as I've never played here before. I really love this view for like someone who has the picture perfect life in this like rich community with all these dark secrets. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the series. And if you don't know much about the series, please go back and watch because I have really built up a crazy world. So right now it says adventure is out there. It is time for an adventure. Lily sniffs the air, picking up 3 distinct paths. Distracted by scents in all directions, Lily needs some help deciding which way should Marigold take them, to the town square, to the lighthouse, or the wharf. I think she's going to go to the lighthouse. On Marigold's okay, Lily takes off. The path looks to be going on to the Bay Lighthouse. There are rumors around town of a miraculous ghost dog that haunts the bay. Old Lady Crabtree says he can be found late at night, howling at the top of the tower. I'm sure it's just a superstition. Marigold thinks. Onward. So that's really fun. But yeah, I'm going to check in with you guys when she goes to school. We did say she's on path to graduate early, but I kind of wanted her to go to prom because I had plans for prom. Okay. So the 2 enter in the lighthouse information center gift shop where the elderly white-haired man is selling postcards. He sees them and brightens up. The top of the lighthouse is always open for the best views of the bay. But I'm about to go on break. Next time I'll take you through and teach you some interesting history. With that, he shoos them out where Marigold looks at the lighthouse before heading home. So yeah, I'll check in on the next day. So Marigold went to volunteer and do some activities at her local nursing home, and an elderly Slim grabbed her an arm and started telling her stories about his youth. How would she react? She would totally listen to him because that's who she is. And her patiently listening to the elderly Sim stories and found out the elderly Sim had a lot of interesting adventures in his young days. It really inspired her. So that's really, maybe that's something that adds to her interest in maybe following her own dreams in the future. And Marigold is just working on some skills. We all know that she really struggles sleeping at night because she has terrible dreams. And so right now she is playing the piano. Dr. Bradford has been entering into his medical journal, and he's just really excited that he hasn't had to dose Marigold again with the script because it worked effectively, like when he altered her memory. So he has just been entering that into his medical journal and working on, his research for his studies for his product So Nico has come over for brunch, and Miss Helena is making tea for the girls. Oh, not the girls, making tea for the group. And apparently something stinks. Where is it? And I have no idea where the hidden stinky object is, but we're going to have to get past it. Okay. Oh no, what are they doing? For tea. So they're just going to sit and have tea and kind of chat about their future plans for, their life, because as we know that their parents want, her to get married as soon as possible. So, um, she's going to sit and chat with all of them together. And, they're this is the meet the mom before you meet dad kind of brunch. So, Nico loves deep conversations. So that's kind of what's happening is Nico and Marigold are having a deep conversation about their future and how they want to get married, basically right after high school. And, they are about to graduate. So that is kind of just the path they're on. So Dr. Bradford is now home and he is officially meeting Nico. And, they're going to pretty much have the talk that, hey, I have a house for my girls set up on the beach. I want to make sure they have a safe life. And I hope, that's something you can agree to if you plan on spending, your life with my daughter. This gives you guys more freedom because you don't have to save to buy a home because it's kind of already set up for you. You just kind of have to live a good loyal life to each other and be upstanding citizens essentially. And I think Nico's like, yeah, okay. I'm having like this 10-second like that lag. Oh, it's so weird. But yeah, Nico does not like Dr. Bradford. I think he's trying to tell him like, we don't need handouts. I can take care of things. I have a life goal of being a writer, and I fully, expect one day, that I'm going to be successful and have money to take care of us. We could always get an apartment. And then they glitch out. But basically, Nico's like, no, we could get an apartment. Like, you don't have to take care of us. I feel like he would want some sort of independence. But, Dr. Bradford's really going to insist, like, if you want us to take care of the wedding, if you want us to, support our daughter marrying you, we want to make sure she has a safe home. So Nico will eventually, obviously, accept so they could start off in their picture perfect life. Did she resume the cake? Because today is her birthday and I really just want the cake done. Hang on, I got to find this cake. So Nico has taken Marigold on a date because it's her birthday and he just wants to celebrate her turning 18 and them starting their life together. I guess she's going to view art, but they really need to sit down and order. And, they're pretty much just here to talk about their life together. Nico is a hopeless romantic. If you guys saw like how quickly they fell in love over the summer, and it is now, been a couple months into the school year. So they've spent a lot of time together. I know we really didn't get to see a lot of that, but that's just, the story of it all. They're going to have root beer floats and probably just he'll have steak and she will have salmon. And yeah, so they're just kind of on this date celebrating her birthday and all that funness if he will sit down. Yeah, they're having a definite, like, healthy, happy conversation about their life, which is really nice. Nico is so handsome. I can't wait for them to start their family. I feel like they're putting in their order right now, but I'm just really going to ignore all this. I decided since she is graduating early, I don't know if she would go to prom. I think she's going to just, graduate early and get married. So I had her wear her prom dress for her birthday. Maybe she, because of what happened with Jace kissing her sister at prom, maybe Marigold wouldn't go to prom, even though she doesn't have memory of what happened with her sister and Jace because her dad, altered her memory. Maybe she just has this like subconscious like urge telling her not to go to prom, not to like bad memories at prom, but it's like a whisper in her head is how I'm going to play that. And yeah, they're just kind of waiting for their dinner, which is hopefully not going to take too long. Everybody's just bobbing around smiling. I definitely feel like my Sims have lost like their uniqueness over the last couple of like weeks. And I really hope it balances out because I don't like it when they're just standing there like and occasionally doing things. Like I used to have more autonomy. So I hope it comes back soon. And they're just pretty much promising that they are going to love each other forever. And he's like, I'm going to take care of you. And of course, he's like whispering sweet nothing in her ear because he's a hopeless romantic. And she is just madly in love with Nico. From her memory, she's only ever loved Nico. There's been nobody else. So, he's just proposing to her now. And they're planning, their life together. So, and the phone, of course, is ringing. I technically have them eloping right now. We'll do a real ceremony, but we kind of know that's glitched. So I'm going to go ahead and have them get married, but this is him proposing to her. Like, we'll have a real wedding soon. I just wanted to get that over with because I'm having a hard time controlling Nico. So I wanted to get them married. So, all right, I think that was a perfect date. Legendary date. That's awesome. And it's been several months later, and they are officially getting married in the fairy garden in the middle of town. As we said before, Tartosa is known for elopements and last-minute weddings between lovers, so it's definitely not out of character for a tiny, intimate wedding. So these two are having a midnight wedding shortly after graduation. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see graduation. It didn't really work out for me, so it wasn't really worth recording. But we know she finished high school. They're exchanging vows right now and just having a sweet romantic moment. And it's fun because the garden isn't too far from their house. So they can go plan their honeymoon. I'm sure they're going to go to El Salvador since that is where they fell in love. But yeah, they are definitely feeling super romantic. And I think Marigold really just thinks like her life is just beginning. Her fairy tale is finally happening. And they got the soulmate aspiration. You guys know I have a random mod in that makes it where they're soulmates. He is madly in love with her. She is in love with him. And they are just living a good, happy life. I wonder when the memories are going to start to come back for Marigold. But right now, she is very happy. It is unfortunate though, because we know, oh my goodness, we know which way, we know where this is headed. So I wonder if even after all that said and done, that they'll still have a happy life together. But yeah, this is their apartment. We're going to decorate it in the next episode. I hope you guys don't mind this little short episode. I just really wanted to go ahead and get them into their house so we can start checking off the rest of the requirements for this challenge. Okay, guys, until next time, bye.